Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thomas Cousins from UrbanX in Paddington. Just a quick one this morning about another bit of an update, I suppose, on what's happening in the market in Brisbane. So I think everyone will agree that we're starting to see some easing of the restrictions around the coronavirus, etc. It's a really good thing for the market. I think the sentiment has improved. I've seen it, and I'm sure a lot of others have as well. Hey, Michael. In that there's a lot more inquiries coming through on properties for sale, as well as a lot more people coming out to have a look at them personally. Obviously still no open for inspections at the moment. That's, every chance that might get eased as well over the coming weeks. So the sentiment is much better in the market. So that's the first thing that I wanted to touch on. Now, how do you take advantage of that at the moment is very much the same as you would every other time, in that you want to make sure that if you're going to be selling your property, that you have it presented perfectly or as well as you possibly can within your budget, and make sure that it's priced competitively. So for example, I would be absolutely recommending putting the property on the market with an asking price as a strategy, or even an offers over approach around that. So rather than having it for sale by expressions of interest or for sale, you see some of them when you're looking online, they say for sale now or contact agent or something like that. There are so many people, in increase of something like 100% of people who are actually looking online. So that's what the realestate.com statistics came back to us with, an enormous increase in online viewership over the last few weeks, which people are at home there. Got nothing better to do than look online and look at properties. So the viewership has increased dramatically, right? So you want to make sure that those people have got every piece of information that they need to make a decision. You don't want them just flicking past your property because you've made it too difficult for them. A lot of people don't want to speak to a real estate agent, I understand that. A lot of people want to find out the information, they want to self-select whether they're actually going to bother spending any more time on what they're doing now. I relate this all the way back to if you're buying something from, say, Amazon, for example. If that's not super easy and you get to the cart and there's a problem or something that takes you just that little bit longer, even a quarter of a second longer than what you would have expected previously, you can it. You move on, you give up, and you might not end up buying the thing that you were going to be buying. Now, I know that that's a bit more of an impulse purchase than a property, but it's the same, I suppose, mental process for somebody, is that if it becomes difficult, you move on, right? So you make it really, really easy for somebody to see the information that they need, which is the address, absolutely, and the price. You want to make sure that it's available where possible. I know that some people have got young families, etc., and it's difficult to have inspections at a short notice, but you want to try and make it as accessible as possible. And absolutely, when it comes to the price, make sure that it's competitive, because you are on the market in competition, not in isolation. So while there are, isolation, there you go. While there are far fewer properties that are for sale, there are also fewer buyers out there at the moment. So your property still needs to really stand out, right? And the biggest marketing tool that you've got is the price. So I'd love to discuss with you how to make sure that your property is appropriately priced and what the process around that is to make sure that you're getting the most amount of traction with that. So if you've got any questions, please give me a call. Thank you so much.